Hello everyone. So in this session we'll take a look at how to implement one of the long polling solutions into your project. Now the question is, why implement long polling at all? There could be various scenarios in your project where you would want your page to be aware of any changes to the data that might be happening with behind the scenes, which is it is currently showing on the screen. So it could be a profile page that a person is viewing, checking out the details of some member, and an administrator behind the scenes through his admin console changes the first name and the last name of the very same profile that is being viewed by some person somewhere. Now, how cool will that be if the person's page tells him, "Oh, the information that we are viewing is old, it's stale. You want me to refresh and get the latest information for you?" Won't your clients be impressed with that? They sure will be. Uh, Another application could be like a stock ticker, wherein a stream of data is flowing through from the backend, and you just uh, show it onto your screen like live updating graphs, or it could be a mathematical calculation happening at the backend, and you're showing the results every second, something like that. Or it could be a very long operation that your page just started, and something like syncing two databases. So you click on sync, and instead of waiting on and on for 10, 20, 15 minutes, after which your page says done, you could actually show some percentages like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7% done, 5% done. Now this makes the pages responsive. That makes the user, the client who is viewing the page, all the more happy, because he actually knows that something is happening behind the scenes, and the page is just not you know hanging. There could be several other scenarios where we would want such mechanism built in into our page. So the solution that I'm talking about today is Signal R. It's an open source project built only for .NET as of now, and it basically makes it a breeze to use and integrate into your existing projects. So what I have here is a project called Base Template. It could be anything. It could be your existing project that you're working on right now. And if we go to the Solution Explorer, it has some pages, but we'll only be interested in three pages, namely admin, client 1, and client 2. If you take a look, client 1 and client 2 are just dumb HTML pages. They are not ASPX pages. They cannot interact with the server. The only thing that they have is JavaScript. And admin.aspx is the page that I was referring to as the admin console page in the background that will change some information, and that information might be of use to client 1 who wishes to refresh itself or wishes to tell the user that something behind the scenes changed. Let me have a look at admin.aspx. Well, I built the page, I already have had a look. How about you have a look at admin.aspx? So if I go into the design mode, uh, you'll see that it has two sections, like client 1 operation and a client 2 operation. So this is nothing but just two functionalities in your admin panel that might be affecting different areas of your website. So if you go to source again, there's a BTN client 1. It says BTN client 1 dot click, and you go to the source. The click event handler is empty, and you could do something fancy here. So now comes the question and the scenario. I want something to happen when I click this BTN client 1, and I want to inform my page client 1 about it. How to go about it? Let's see. We open up the package manager console to install SignalR. If you do not have the package manager console in your Visual Studio, well then you are lagging behind. Uh, I would suggest you immediately get it. How do you get it? We just open up our favorite browser, Firefox in my case. Go to google.com and you say NuGet package manager Visual Studio 2010. Mm, just Visual Studio. Uh, and there you go. There's NuGet Package Manager extension, Visual Studio Gallery. It's a free extension. You can just download it, install it into Visual Studio. You'll need to restart Visual Studio for the changes to take effect. So once you've done that, you'll see this Package Manager console. What this Package Manager console brings to you is the ability to install packages. Now, if you were to use SignalR by yourself, what you will do is you'll download the DLL, you'll copy it somewhere inside your project, you'll reference it into your web project, you'll download the JavaScript files, you'll place them at the appropriate place, and then obviously you'll refer them into your pages and whatnot. So, what NuGet makes easy is the installing of the package. So you just write install package, that's the command, and you write the name of the package if you know it. I know the SignalR package is called just SignalR and I press enter. It might take some time for it to actually resolve the dependencies, and while it does, let me tell you why SignalR. Well, there is no particular reason of why I'm using SignalR. There's an equally good and competent product called WebSync by Frozen Mountain. I could have used that also, but SignalR lately has just caught my fancy. So SignalR, how it works. Uh, in the meantime, you can see that it has successfully installed some of the things and it has successfully added them into the project as well. So continuing, how SignalR works. Well, SignalR has got two interfaces. One is the persistent connection, which we will not talk about today, and the other is Hubs. Hubs is a group. Basically, it's a group which wants to be notified for a particular kind of information. For example, uh, it's like a notification on a blog. You know, you might be interested in some sections, so only the users who subscribe to those sections will get notifications about that section. And if there is something else happening in some other section, then you don't get any notification at all. So this is Hub. You just subscribe to a hub and you get all the notifications from that hub.